The onus rests with Hamas, or Hamas as he calls it. What's your take on this?
Well, it's not as if Hamas has been around since eternity. The Israelis had the option of settling the conflict with the Palestinians before January 2006, when Hamas was elected into office. If Hamas is the obstacle, then why weren't they able to settle the conflict before Hamas was elected into office? Because they refused the terms of the international community. Every year, as it happens in November this month, the international community votes on a resolution at the United Nations General Assembly to settle the conflict. And every year the vote is the same. The whole world on one side, 161 nations last year. And then there are the United States, Israel, Nauru, Palau, the Marshall Islands, Micronesia, and sometimes Australia on the other side. The problem is not Hamas. Hamas has repeatedly said it is willing to settle the conflict in the June '67 border.
But still they refuse to recognize the state of Israel.
Well, they refuse to recognize what they call the legitimacy of the state of Israel. But under international law, they're not obliged to recognize the legitimacy of the state of Israel. If you go back, for example, in 1947, Gandhi said he'll accept the reality of Pakistan, but he would never accept the legitimacy of the state of Pakistan. And Hamas is not expected to be held to a higher level of diplomacy than Gandhi. Gandhi said, Pakistan is a reality which I'm forced to accept, but I don't accept it as legitimate. And that's the same position of Hamas. They said, we'll settle the conflict in the June '67 border.
But this is what makes Jerusalem unwary of Hamas, because they keep saying, how can we have a neighbor which doesn't recognize our legitimacy?
Yeah, but you see, the problem is, listen to your own language. You're just spouting Israeli propaganda. Why are you saying Jerusalem? East Jerusalem is occupied Palestinian territory under international law. That was the ruling of the International Court of Justice in July 2004.